And we're back. Some more Bandit Blades. We just went from one pot of trouble into another.
I'd much rather this pot.
I don't think we're in the fire just yet. We were for a second, but we got out of there. Um,
I think you punched our way out there.
I would like to take pride in punching our way out of there. Who said
should.
you can't solve all your problems with your fists?
Not Ram. Definitely not Ram.
Uh,
All right.
so yeah, I think
Everyone
small
ready
group
for
of
that
us.
epic charge that's coming right into your faces?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I think this is obvious. It's like if this were a TV show, we cut to commercial break, and then when we come back, there's this like long panning shot that showcases, like Farah up on her ledge with her famed. Do you use pistols? Do you have a rifle? What did you bring?
She's got the two pistols that are really ornate
Hmm.
and detailed, and they're her weapons from her memento from home type deal.
Rad. So you've got the like filigree guns and everything, right? And you're like standing on your ledge, and then it zooms down and it shows some like basic makeshift kind of position, like somebody obviously like cleaved a couple of branches. You guys set up like a small like a primitive tiny palisade, and you see like the camera sort of like sees everybody like standing there. You've got the like morning mountain fog, coming through, and then out of that self same fog further up, you see them dashing out, right? So like you feel the thrum. You see like the pebbles in the ground like tremble because you've got like 6 heavy cavalry, and heavy cavalry means that there are these people on horses, and when I say that, I don't mean like it's a noble steed with fine legs and a flowing mane. I mean, these are war horses, right? Like they've got massive amounts of muscle, which is like reinforced with those metal plates. Like they're heavily armored, which makes them even like more massive, right? Like people in armor with like skulls on spikes and sigils carved into their flesh and into the flesh of their horses. And ahead of them running are these undead that have like chains that have been let loose that are like tinkling as they hit the ground behind them, and that they're running forward on all fours, their teeth sharpened, their lips ripped off, and like their nose is also ripped off, and like their eyes sewn shut. And there's about 4 of them coming at you. So that's going to be the first wave. I believe Farah has a shot from on high.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Eric, has Goat used all of his connections
Channels, yes.
channels?
He only has one, I'm pretty sure. No, 2. No, grappling
have 2.
hooks and then explosives. Yep.
Correct.
Right,
Both of them
right.
be used.
Yeah, okay. Darn it. I was
What
trying
were
to
you
think
on?
I was trying to think of something cool that we could do, but
What were you wanting to do?
Oh, I saw that on Heavy's one of the items was, but this is the old thing, so I don't think it's actually, no, it is, yeah, a flare gun is one of the items on a Heavy's character sheet, and I was thinking if we could get like some oil or something, we could have set up a barrier and then I could shoot a flare gun at it to light it.
Ah.
I'm pretty sure some of the random stooges probably as well. You could like not like channels flashback, but flashback.
Yeah.
Get oil from them potentially if they care. Like I don't know.
Caught stress. It's
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm saying. Like it's a flashback, so stress rather. But I don't know if that's worth it to you or not. But if it's a thing you really want to do, that's the only way I see you doing it.
I mean, the difference between 1 and 2 stress is not very much. So
Yep.
if it would be a 1 stress flashback, I will do it.
And then a roll to see if it lights.
yeah.
Yeah.
Light. It's just a question of how many you get in it. That's
Yeah.
the
And
role,
if it,
how
yeah.
effective it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'd be a 1 stress flashback. I think that's fair.
Okay, yeah. Then flashback to that setup real quick, and then use the flare gun to try to shoot it and light that up.
So I know that this is not technically an explosive, but this I could hear an argument for a wreck action or shoot action here to try and.
I was kind of feeling wreck. Like it's not in aiming for this puddle. It's for having set up strategically.
All right.
And
Well, there are 4 hounds, so I'm just gonna repurpose this 4 o'clock that I was using for the undead digging through the rocks. And do you want to give me a roll? It's a
yeah,
standard
I
effect,
do.
and I feel like it's a control. It's weird to say this phrase, but I feel like it's controlled wreck.
Side note, by the way, we were talking about your character over break and how she's pretty much like your build's pretty much the Kool-Aid Man build.
Yeah, right.
So like you have 0 maneuvers, so like actually getting from place to place real hard unless you're going through walls. So just always run through walls.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or stealth, because scout, but really. Wreck.
Okay.
Anyways, just felt like I should share that.
I don't think anyone can help me, so here we go. 5.
Cool.
Hey.
That's not bad.
No,
I'll
it's
take it.
not. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna say that it does it, but it's like limited effect. So you get one of them on fire, but the other
Sure.
3 manage to break through, and like they'll leap along the side of the walls, and one of them like leaps straight over the fire, but one of them gets like caught foot and dies.
I will take it. All right, now Farah has a shot.
Okay. Let's see. Is it still controlled?
I feel a little like it is. You're gonna take some pot shots at them, and if you don't do well, you're not gonna have a good angle on them once they engage with the rest of the troops. Like at that point, it's gonna be on skirmish. So you make it or you don't.
Okay, so I'm gonna do controlled standard, right?
Yep. Or maybe you just hit them. All right, rad. So yeah, I think you take out 2 before the last one lands like in the middle of the squad. But yeah, you kill 2 of them, and that's pretty much what your job is. So like at this point, if you're trying to fire on the last remaining one, bear in mind it's in the middle of everyone else. You could hit people. But it is a lone growler ahead of the pack, hitting a squad of like 5 people reinforced with an officer and a heavy. It's not going to do too great.
Yeah.
I was gonna take another shot because she's just shooting until everything that she can see is dead.
Oh
Actually,
my.
how
Are you
many-
willing to risk people getting hurt?
Yeah.
All right. I feel like this is a risky shoot roll.
How many of those people stayed behind, by the way?
I'm gonna say you're right. You actually have more numbers than that. So there's what, like three rookies remaining, and you guys have bolstered with maybe like 6 to 8 of the people that were there.
Okay.
They're like the less injured. There's actually probably like at least one person that is injured, but it's only, holy cow, Ginga is just not
This
killing you
is-
guys.
This is what it's all about. This is why
I'm
we
waiting
don't
all
let
night to
Eric.
roll.
Apparently it's working. Please describe this for us. I want to hear what this looks like, because like you're shooting into the middle of a crowd and still not hitting anyone that you're not intending to. So what does this look like?
She doesn't do her normal like get on both knees to be like sturdy and lean back and shoot, or like get on one knee and shoot like she would normally. She's just very focused and just going down the line. She would, like, if one got close to a person, she takes out a leg and then takes out the head with the other gun and does the same with all
Oh
3.
wow. So
Close.
you're not even doing one shot, one kill. You're actually like wasting bullets because you're angry. That's rad.
I love
All right,
it.
cool. So the good news is they're growlers, the unarmored, like charge forward, rip people apart shock troop. You guys have shredded before they actually like fully engage with you. But the heavy cavalry is coming. So yeah, I mean, Ginge, if you want to take and you know what it is, it's like you folks had that like fire going, but their horses have this like wild look in their eyes. It's pretty obvious that whatever these people have done to them, they don't seem to care too much about that kind of thing. You actually see some of the horses' hooves and stuff go on fire. They don't seem to notice the pain. And so yeah, they're like riding down in like heavy armor, bearing down
Take
on
out
you.
the mounts.
Yeah. Ginge, I'm gonna say that Farah can shoot at them, but it's gonna be at limited effect, right? Because like they have like heavy armor, and your bullets are effective, and it's gonna
I
work.
have black shot. That doesn't help, does it?
No, because these are not undead. They're actually called the
Oh,
Knights
they're
of
just
Oak. They're living.
okay.
They're just not right.
Are their mounts undead or living?
Their mounts are living, just not very happily living, is what I'm gonna say.
Sure.
This is controlled though from where I'm sitting, right?
Oh yeah, they're not gonna be able to fire back. The worst that's gonna happen is they're gonna charge through your bullet fire.
Technically, the thing that animates
Yeah,
undead does not
Bad
work
to
on
happen.
animals, as far as I know.
Nothing happens. You just cannot continue with shoot from this position anymore, right? So like you fire shots, and you're seeing them like running, and like one of the skulls on like the spikes explodes. You see a bullet actually hit a helmet, and like you're firing black shot, right? So like it turns into that green flame and just leaves like a little like mark on the metal, but it doesn't actually go through, right? And the one or two bullets that you do land are not like lethal shots. They're like grazing cuts, or like it's into like meat, and they don't seem to necessarily care too much, right? Like and you're seeing like one of them is like swinging like a morning star as he's coming in, and like all the skin on his arm is gone, and like sigils are carved into the meat, right? And like every time he swings, you see like blood spatter out. These people are not right. So yeah, like essentially the rest of you guys, you're about to get hit by a unit of heavy cavalry. What do you guys want to do?
I want to decapitate a horse with a giant sword.
Red, it sounds like a skirmish roll. Is everyone just group skirmishing with them, or how's this working?
Probably group skirmish.
I can feel
Probably
a group
all doing the
skirmish.
part.
And I mean, I feel like unless
I'm not
Goat,
leading it.
I was gonna say unless Goat steps up, Akara has already assumed the position and is like leading it without waiting for you.
Red.
Like, she's not under your command, so she's just like, all right, we need to get shit done. Like step one, like step out from behind this like palisade just as they're like coming around. Just leads with decapitating a horse, unless I manage to roll really terribly.
Are you popping anchor?
Yeah, I definitely would be.
All right, so your anchor gives you the equivalent of about 5 people. You've got 3 rookies backing you up, which is not enough to be a full squad, and then you've got 8 or so non-rookies, which means that technically you're fighting as a medium gang. They're a small but very well armored gang. So cavalry charge into a position. Let's open up with Risky. You can lead it.
Okay.
What are you doing while this is going on if you're not engaging?
Farah's getting into a better position lower down to shoot.
Okay, cool. We'll handle that in just 1 second. But Goat, yeah, what are you doing if you're not part of this group skirmish?
I thought
I
I
think he's
was
part of it. He's just not
you are.
leading
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm
I'm the
super
only
sorry.
one that's out of range right now.
Okay,
That's why I
excellent.
spoke up. Sorry.
So this is what I'm
Yeah.
gonna have happen. Akara, you're
Get
leading.
me for a second.
Yeah, my bad. You said
Yeah,
you said something like, I don't know that I'm leading this, and somebody said that they stepped up. So I was just,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
you forgot you died right before we went on break.
Rad. So Akara, you're gonna roll skirmish. Goat,
Yeah.
you're gonna roll skirmish, and Ginge, can I have you roll 1 die to represent the rookies and the untrained personnel? To
I don't
see
have
what-
anything in skirmish, so yes.
Yes, so it's just 1 die. You're rolling for the NPCs as the case may be.
Risky standard? Holy crap.
Risky standard.
As I said, I step up behind the palisade and I decapitate a horse. That's
just roll like 1d6 if you will, Ginge.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. Cool. And Eric, if you'll roll your where's Goat from? Refresh my memory.
They're Bartan.
Okay.
I also roll my skirmish, right?
Wow. A lot of sixes.
Jesus Christ.
So, Kelsa, you get no stress, and you folks crit. So
You're welcome.
I think it's go ahead and describe it. Like the rookies and the people hold. Some people are injured, but nobody dies. And what does this look like? Goat, you and the freaking heavy are like the heavy is apparently demolishing them. But yeah, like you guys are both doing great.
Oh yeah. So like I picture like the way this works is like she like decapitates a horse, the rider falls, and one of the like rookies or other people just like stab a sword like right into the slit of their helmets and stay with them until they stop moving, and then just like repeat. And I don't know if Goat is following along in this, or if he's doing something else, if he's leading his own charge along the same lines, because you got a 6 as well, or if you'd like to be doing something else that's super cool.
No, I like the idea that like you just are a natural and you're doing all of the things that like I would be ordering you kind of doing, you know, and like getting people around. And you're already just kind of doing it.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Rad. So I think standard cavalry like comes in a formation. They hit a unit hard, and then they turn and wheel and like reform, and they come in again, right? Because like what they're doing is they're bringing their full weight to bear, right? Like they're coming in with like weight and speed, and they're using that armor as like additional momentum to shatter you. But the thing is that by the time they wheel and turn back around, you realize that like 4 of the 6 or like 4 of the 8 that they had, or like 5 or 6 of the 8 that were coming at you are like dead or unable to return, right? Like so like 3 of them are just like outright like murdered before anything else happens, and like 2 or 3 of them are like being like have been dragged off of like horses and are like being stabbed on the ground, right? So like they wheel and turn, and you see them like all look towards like there's like 3 of them left, and they all look towards like their commander, and their commander like looks at all of you. I'm gonna make a quick fortune roll and see, because these are not undead. They don't have mind control the same way that
It's possible they still have some self-preservation instinct left.
Not a lot, though. Yeah. So it's not the self-preservation that kicks in. I think that there's a moment where he barks a couple of orders in Zemyati, and they form up as if they're going to charge, but they actually start rotating around you folks, trying to bypass you and head towards where everybody else went.
Can I take a shot?
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
Yes, you can. So I'm gonna say, Ginge, this is probably the reason this is. I'm gonna say that this is risky because you need to get into a position where you can like level range on them, and that means that you're gonna have to like go dash in all over the place. So if you want, you can make a maneuver roll to see like if you can get into a good position to shoot at them, or you can just like leap over rocks and everything else and like fire wherever you can.
I'm gonna push myself and then risky standard.
Risky standard.
Me.
That's actually fine. So like I'm going to say that you do it, but there's a consequence, right? So I think you do it, which is to say that like you shoot like one of them, and finally one of your bullets actually goes through, and you see them leaking blood, and so like after a little while they're just gonna like slump and fall over. And one of them, you actually put a couple of bullets into their horse so that they can't just like willy-nilly escape. But that last like sequence where you're like standing on a boulder and like making your shots and everything, you jump one, and your legs give way, and you're gonna go tumbling down the cliffside and crash land at the bottom with some severe damage.
Something I could.
So you can resist
I'm
this, or
gonna
you can say, yes, you know
I
what?
got 1d to all resistance rolls because I have Devil's Own Luck.
Yes,
Nice.
you do. So
The best.
prowess resist.
What's
with
your stress at?
140.
It's
I
fine.
don't want to talk about it.
What's the harm you're taking?
Level 2 harm.
What is it though? Like bruised
It's
and
probably gonna be it's probably gonna be like a badly damaged leg.
Level
Then you all have to
2
get out of there.
harm.
I'll take level 2 harm then. I thought it was level 3. Sorry.
Oh
No.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the
you're not-
I'll take the
I was
level.
like,
I already have level 1 harm, lungs full of pain.
Oh, wow.
You guys remember that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
I just didn't want you to
Yeah.
trauma over this because I was like, wait, that's level 2 harm. You're okay still. You can like walk.
Yeah,
You're
I also had the 1.
yeah, they don't. One.
No, I yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll take it then.
Nice.
I'm
All
calling
right.
it Oops, I Fell.
Cool, rad. So I'm gonna say that you guys pick yourselves up, and miraculously, there's a bunch of wounds, but nobody's dead, right? Like, you look at each other and you're like, "Holy cow! How do we survive that?" Right?
Good job, team.
But I'm gonna shift the camera, and I'm gonna see what's gonna happen with the convoy. So, Ram, you're leading these people down the path, and as you're doing this, you realize that there is someone coming after you, and after a bit, you're gonna see a lone, large cavalry person coming after your troops. What do you want to do?
How big are they?
Big.
Like 7, like
Oh
7.
no,
Okay.
it's no magical creature. It's just a tall Zamyati dude.
Okay, I was making
I
sure
mean,
it wasn't
it's
what's his name.
right? Like they carry like pieces of trophies of people
Yeah.
killed, and they're carved up. They don't look normal, but yeah, it's not that.
That'd be a scout roll. That would be bad for me right now. I suppose I can't get the medic to help me with a thing. Mostly, I really wish she was a doctor that can get rid of wounds, or at least let me ignore them. But she's not character right now, really.
I mean, it might be possible.
Well then, yeah, that's what I do first. I look at her. I'm just like, you got anything for me, doc? Because I'm about to do something stupid.
All right. Yeah. So doctors in the team, just telling everybody watching, have the ability to like give people enough drugs to numb the pain for like a minute or two, so they're able to like cancel wound penalties for just a second. So let me see what her supplies are like. Yeah, I think she says, yes, I can give you something, but I don't have many medications left over. I spent them all on the refugees and whatnot. So she says, it's only going to be for like barely a few moments. So
That's all I
basically,
need.
it's one roll.
Yeah.
Because usually it's for a scene, right?
Yeah. No, I totally understand. I totally get it. So yeah, she like hands me whatever it is. I'm assuming it's like some sort of powder that I'm inhaling, is how I picture it. But it's up to you.
Probably an injection, actually.
Cool. That works just as well for me.
She just plunges the syringe. And your vision swims. Your concentration gets a little fuzzy. And you're like, you shake your head, and you kind of hear voices tune back in from this tinny noise. And she's saying, this will only last a moment, so do what you can.
I think her response is just neck pops. Like, that's the only audible response. So yeah, I think she just tells them to keep walking, and she turns around and starts slowly walking towards this cavalry. Like, hammer
We're gonna have
in
a
hand.
flash of the fight.
Yeah. I think it's like, so Bartons typically have a lot of like jewelry like that they're given based off like if they're people trust them, so they hand them like a token that symbolizes them, like to show other Bartons that they are trustworthy, sort of deal. I don't think Ram has many. She has maybe 6, and they're all in like a bracelet.
The doctor has like multiple necklaces and bracelets.
Yeah,
so go.
Exactly. She has like 6, and she wraps it around the like pommel of the two double the maul, and like you can see one is very obviously like a little goat's head on the end, like on the end of the. Actually, I think that one's actually like attached to the bottom, like that one specifically, and the rest are actually on the chain. But she just slowly walks up to the thing and just like at some point plants her feet and waits for it to hit her. I'm gonna skirmish the fucker.
So here's the bad news. It's probably a desperate roll.
Yeah.
Here's the good news.
That was the good news.
Yeah. Aside from that, I don't have any other news for you. You've got a mighty effing armored knight coming at a non-mounted person. That's a desperate position if I know one. So
No, I totally understand.
here you
Desperate
go.
standard. Yeah. No pushes. Devil's bargains.
Corruption on the table.
Yeah, I think it is. I think no matter what you do, you're gonna get hit somehow, and you're gonna take some corruption.
I'm okay with that. Corruption's
Corruption.
fine.
All right,
Two
yeah.
corrupt.
Oof. All right.
I'm at 0 stress, 0 armor. I'll take any dice I can get.
Word.
Crit.
Okay.
Nice.
It's the first roll for Ram of the day.
I think
Well-
it's one of those classic slow down moments where you
I have a total image too. So I think it's like slow, like I picture her stopping, but no, I think it's the opposite. I think she just starts barreling towards it at the end, like does the whole like stomps her foot like a bull first too, and starts charging, and at the end like power slides and uses the maul to knock the legs out from under the horse, and it goes toppling, and so does the knight, and she's drugged up, so she already flips, but so she like flips around faster than she normally would, and just takes the maul, and then just brings it on the guy's back over and over again until he is just a fucking paste on the ground screaming. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you probably come to with like the medic touching your arm and being like, "It's okay, he's dead." Like,
I think she like
Definitely.
drops the maul, like you just straight up like drops it at the guy's like in front of his corpse, and is like, "We're okay. We're getting out of here now." And then like that's it. Like I think it's just like she just deep breath for a second. Yeah.
so I think that's the end of the mission, right? Like you guys
Yeah.
wrecked what you needed to, got away from what you needed to. There's ashes and flame behind you. It was real close. A lot of people on the teetering edge of trauma here.
Yes.
But yeah.
That was death
rolls.
for both me and Goat. If I'm a Goat and I took a single stress, that rest of the half, we died.
Yep.
So cool. The only question I have for you, this is the only remaining question, is what happens to the relic, the rib cage with the heart?
I mean,
I think
I'm really
bring the
hoping.
people back to camp. No, and
Yeah.
then we have it.
Okay, so you bring the people back to camp and you're gonna let
Alana deal with it.
Yeah, that's Alana's problem.
Okay.
We brought it to you. We just also brought these strangers carrying it.
Rad. I'm just curious, which one of you tells Alana that it's her problem?
Farah, right after she goes and has a good
What?
cry.
Awesome. So I think everyone's like
I'm just
looking
kidding.
at each other. No, actually, are you kidding? Or do you
No,
want to?
I'll let Go deal with it.
This sounds like a goat problem.
it does sound like a goat problem, though. That's the thing.
Well, like Farah was angry. I don't know if that anger carries you into Alana's presence or not, or if you're like,
No,
Oh,
she
that would
just-
be amazing. And
No.
then if you level up from soldier into officer and start rivaling goat. Okay, I'll shut up now.
I'll let Go do his thing.
okay,
Right. I'm obviously not going to say to her, "Hey, this is your problem." But I will say that we recovered the relic. They're in camp right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that they're in camp right now with it. I would recommend, or I would like to suggest to you that you come down there and get it from them.
so like I think I think this is it, right? Like you come in, you're like, so we have a bunch of refugees in camp, but they have the relic. So can I suggest you to go down there and get it for them. And she turns around and gives you those like looking at you, but you're not even really human to her. Like she,
Yeah, I'm used to it.
yeah, right. She like gives you the gaze and says, "What's the problem? Why can't you retrieve it?"
They're really they're believers. And what better way for them to see their virtues of their faith, and they thought this was for protection for them, than to see it be rewarded and see you come claim it.
Can you just give me like a sway roll? There's no real risk here. I just want to know sort of like what she thinks of the scenario based on like, do you believe this, or are you
Yeah.
lying to her, or are you like genuine about this?
No, I'm genuine about it. I really think that like it would help them. They were like, I think they would like for me personally, I think that if they would see her come down there and be like, heart now, I think no one's gonna be like, you put my faith. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen. You know? I think they're gonna be like, oh yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. um yeah, so eh.
Oh, no!
Yeah, so she's too busy.
Eric.
All right, Alana.
Actually, she does it. It's just a question of what she thinks of you and the Legion, right?
Oh yeah,
And I think this is just
that's fine.
you realize that she's judging you, and finding you wanting. Like it's like having a disappointed parent, right? Like she's just like,
Yeah.
It's like
Good.
having a disappointed parent
also used to
who's an
that, though.
embodiment of a god. It's like that.
yeah. She basically says, "We'll stand firm in the face of 100 undead, but not in the face of 15 peasants." And she just walks out.
I'm only
Yeah.
human.
Unfortunately. And yeah, I think there's like a moment where she goes down and like walks up, and they like raise their pitchforks, and she just looks at them. They all just like blanch and get out of her way. And she like walks up to that thing and just she like plants her spear, runs her hand along the edge, and like puts her blood on that amber substance, and it melts. And she just reaches in and like rips the heart out and like turns around and like walks back into like the Legion headquarters or whatnot. And everyone's just like,
I like
do that.
I like
People have
follow in.
various effects. Yeah, go ahead.
I follow in her wake and stuff like that. I'm like, so you met my boss.
Don't let the commander or the marshal hear you say that. Technically not true. All right, folks. Technically, right? Right.
They met their boss.
All right.
Yeah.
So I believe the mission is over. So we're going to do XP and
Sweet. And then post mission things.
yes.
I'm super easy, so I can go first if no one else wants to
Sure.
do. So I have mission? Yeah, barely. Help your squad through might or fortitude. Early on, yes. At the very end, yes. You brought your heritage or traumas into play. Yeah. I have the fucking stoic. So I was doing a bunch of prowess resist earlier. Plus the vicious trauma at the end there. If I think those two both count.
Sure.
And highest enemy faced?
It's a 3. The thing with the head in its chest is an infamous.
Cool. So that
It has a name.
Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. I get both a prowess advance and a playbook advance. Barely.
Nice.
I'm finally going to justify putting a single dot and shoot for a 5 prowess resist. I'm gonna have
Very
Farah
nice.
teach me how to shoot a little bit. Just to
Aw.
round myself out.
Farah,
Here,
you're
my
getting
respect, at the very
you're getting a
least.
bit of a reputation as a bit of a badass with a gun. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. This character survived the mission.
Good job.
Helped your squad through might or fortitude. I mean, I punched my way through a wall, and then I decapitated a couple of horses. I think both of those are mighty deeds.
It's how you do.
It's how I do. So I'm to 6. Brought your heritage or traumas. I don't remember what you said the name of the heritage trait that I was taking advantage of was, but I did that.
Yep.
But I don't have a trauma, so that is 7, which is one short of a playbook advance.
Put them where you want, or it's a full dot and a dot in your playbook.
Nah.
Okay. Eric, Ginge, who wants to go first?
I'll go.
All right, Red.
So I survived the mission. Sweet. Helped my squad through enforcing discipline or strategic planning channels. Brought into play my heritage or traumas. I'm thinking about this one. Heritage is obvious. The only reason why I have a dot in sway is because I'm friendly. However, was I vicious enough this session?
You are hella vicious.
Yeah, but I never really. How was I vicious?
I feel like being willing. Well, I don't know. I guess in the end you did cave.
But I know I caved in all of them.
You were a little vicious when we were in the temple, and you were like, you're gonna die here, or you're gonna come with us. Like you can't defend yourself. So maybe during that.
It was getting pretty close to you marshaling some troops on these people, and then you decided to let the medic talk you into not.
I think you backed down every time, but you were still vicious. Like you were vicious, and then someone came and said, "Just tone it down a second."
You're not yourself when you're hungry. Here you go.
Yeah, just have a candy bar.
So I don't get to decide this. The table gets to decide this. It sounds like people are saying you should take the XP.
I hate to be the negative voice here because I want you to have XP, but to me, thinking about being vicious and being vicious are different.
I don't feel like
against your
I'm
trauma.
inclined to agree.
Okay, well, it's your XP, so I'm just saying that I feel like
I don't think I deserve it.
it wasn't that he thought about being vicious. He acted viciously and then was stopped.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to reward it to myself.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
I gain an additional XP if anyone died following my orders.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're welcome.
And then one more time, the tier of opponent XP. 3?
3.
Right. Just wanted to check.
By the way,
1, 2, 3, 4.
I took Vanguard.
Nice.
I was gonna take backup, but we have a backup heavy now, so
I was gonna take Vanguard if I could have had one more XP.
If I would have taken, I just want you to know this is how honorable this is. If I would have taken that extra XP, I would have gotten the playbook advancement.
Well,
next time you will go on more missions. That is how it works.
That is how it works.
All right, cool. So back at camp scene.
XP.
Ginge, I am so sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So I got a desperate action. I had one last. I marked it on my sheet. I survived. Helped the squad through courage or determination. Yes.
Yeah.
Heritage or trauma. I would say heritage with my guns, and the fact that she traded. So that's 1.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You brought your noble into play. Yeah.
And then 3 for the opponent.
Yeah.
Were you marking the heritage one twice or just once?
No, just once. I just said 2 times.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Awesome.
Cool. All right, now back at camp scene. Wait, do we do the other mission first?
Secondary.
So if I recall, the secondary mission was the one that you sent the specialists on.
Sniper. Great fitting
Sniper.
week.
Yeah. You should roll for that. Marshall.
All right. Yep. Okay.
Also, can we
Oathsworn
get a
Collegian.
character sheet for Aurora Martico,
For whom?
the doctor?
Oh, yes. Give me just a second.
They are oath
We
sworn to
did
the
send the
Legion.
sniper on. Yeah.
They don't distrust the leadership. Specialists are on the mission.
Not the full complement though. It wants 4. That mission.
Are required specialists and equipment on the mission?
Required, not all.
No, required. That mission requires air quotes 4 specialists.
3.
3.
But we only
Sorry.
sent 1. Did
Yep.
we only send the 1 or did we send 3?
We couldn't afford to send the other ones. Not Alexiev.
I thought that's why you and I
Korea-
played rookies.
The
Yeah, I thought we
reason
worked
we
it out
played
we
those was for
could.
the other was for the what's it called? Yeah, but we talked about this earlier. I didn't realize that.
Okay. Is everyone on the mission a specialist?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So,
That
we
one we do get.
Those will cancel out.
yes, so we have 1 die.
Uh,
This is looking at it as a supply mission.
Correct.
Did we spend food?
Let me check.
And then is our current pressure higher than 2?
Yes, I will spend food.
Okay, so we have 2 dice.
Commander.
Is our pressure higher than 2?
Shouldn't be. No. Wait, no. Let me check. It's on my sheet. Boop, 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 boop. Yes, it's 2 exactly. So no, not higher than 2. No.
Yes, that follows.
Sick. Cool. All right, rolling.
Wait,
2
it
dice.
goes up at the end of this mission. At the end of the mission
No,
we
it
just did.
It goes during time passes, which is later.
Okay. Never mind
Okay.
then. Yeah,
Rolling the 2 dice.
we're still at 2.
5.
All right. So there are 2 options on a secondary mission on a 5.
Yep. You're in a risky position when the action. Oh yeah. You fail the mission, or you can succeed, and 2 squad members die, and all specialists take level 2 harm.
So we
you
don't
can-
actually have squad mates to be injured.
Yeah, you can back out and no harm, no foul, but you fail the mission. Or you're gonna have to. Yeah, unfortunately, you only have specialists on this mission, which is bad.
So that means
What's the penalty for failing?
wait, 2 squad members must die, which means
Yes.
or does that just mean the specialists have to take level 2 harm?
Nope, they
No,
got
they
that.
have-
So
Okay,
they're
that's what
gonna be
I thought so. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the spirit of the game. Yeah, so obviously we're gonna fail the mission, right? Like that's we can't.
That's your choice, Marshall.
Yeah, we're gonna
What's
lose.
the penalty for?
2
Uh,
Legionnaires go
it's-
missing, presumed dead.
Yep, you're gonna lose 2 rookies.
Fuck rookies. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's actually more.
we're rookie. I didn't even know rookies were on this mission. Yeah.
They weren't,
aren't
they
any.
weren't.
They get absconded
Uh,
with.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
recall,
that's right.
there's like a cathedral and there's some like creepy stuff going on in the area, and the Legion annals say that, oh well, we know what this is. People used to do this. It's some like terrible badness that used to be done in the old empire. And if you guys do the mission, you find out why this is happening. You kill the source of it, that kind of stuff. And if you don't succeed at the mission, some people get lunched on in the night.
So,
They get lunched on.
here's okay. So here's the thing. I hate to say this, but it might tactically be better to lose the sniper and succeed the mission.
Oh no!
I mean, I love the sniper, but
What's the reward for that mission again?
+2 morale, +2 supply, and plus religious supplies.
Um.
And we're currently at 0 supply.
Okay, so it's yes and no. Yes, we really need those supplies, and we really, really don't want to lose more morale, because we already lost 1, and we don't want to take another hit. Also, if we're gonna lose a sniper, we just gained a heavy and a medic, so like, it's an okay time to do so. But also, she's our only sniper. Losing a sniper is a big deal. It is not my call. It is. There are tactical merits to both.
I just
my
wanted
opinion.
to.
Thank you
I-
for informing me.
Yeah, I feel like Eric's
that
decision
knowledge.
was
Yeah.
oh, we're just gonna lose them. But I feel like it's worth pointing out that what we're missing out on, as well as the penalty for this, is
Yeah.
it's a swing of
Losing-
a swing of
yeah.
morale opposite direction. We're gonna lose 2 instead of gain 2.
Yeah, no, Kelsa, no, you have convinced me.
It's
that
also
information has changed my judgment. I'm definitely leaning in favor of letting the sniper die. I was thinking at the time before that, just, how sacrosanct it is to keep a specialist alive as my number one decision. But given what you said, I'm not so convinced anymore. I definitely think that it's possible.
I
there are
know
options to let them go.
that Ginge is also attached to the sniper. If you would
I'm
like to
attached
weigh
to
in
the
on this.
sniper.
Sniper's fucking cool.
I really like the sniper.
Sniper's a goddamn badass.
All right. So
it is literally our
as the quartermaster.
This is really hard.
Yeah.
It is part of our job descriptions to inform each other of decisions and of information we have that might influence theirs. That is part of what these playbooks are about. So
losing a sniper is not worth 2 supplies, is it?
But
we did gain.
Okay, so
we gained a medic.
My question is, Farah, what's your XP at? Playbook XP specifically.
1 away if I take away the fact that I just put 1 more into prowess into a prowess thing.
I assume you strike me as an akimbo sniper, to be honest.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be a
just
sniper.
In general. She doesn't?
If I were going to level her up, that's not how I would level her up. If someone else played her to the point of leveling her up, they can do whatever they want. If we're going to kill the sniper, then she might have to.
That is what I'm about to say. She is our soldier closest to an advance. She is also our soldier with the best shoot. I don't I get that you don't have you had a different vision for her.
What would you advance to? I'm curious.
But I am that too.
I'm sorry.
What would you advance to?
I'm curious.
Soldier.
But she is a soldier.
No, she already is a soldier.
I would keep her there. I was going to keep her there for a while.
Career.
I was going to build up her stats so we could have her on missions instead of rookies.
Very nice. All right.
That's good. Although that's good, but the only problem is, we are still, even with the 2 added, very low on specialists. Especially if we lose the sniper, it might be necessary. Are you open to that idea?
It's a problem for another day.
That's fair.
You don't have to say that today.
So
it's not, because then I have to redo my stats that I just put in. If that's the point.
No. So, you wouldn't be going into it now.
Yeah, I would be putting it into my playbook instead of into my dots, which is what I'm doing. If I wanted to level into a specialist, which is what I can do right now. So it would be doing different XP is what I meant. Sorry.
But we were saying just leave the XP as it is, and then she can level
it
would
be backtracking. It's okay. It's okay doing 2 missions without a sniper and keeping you as a soldier.
You guys have 2 scouts.
It's fine.
And scouts are the only other thing that snipers are scout and assault missions, and you have heavies for assault missions, and you have scouts for scout missions. So I don't think you need a sniper right now.
No, exactly. We just want one eventually to deal with certain problems. But for now, it's okay to keep Farah as a soldier. It's just, I was more asking long-term plan. Is that something
my decision?
Yes,
my decision
moving
on is that the sniper passes away.
All right.
We're gonna succeed on the mission.
I need you to tell me a little story. I'm gonna give you a frame, and you're gonna tell me what happens here. So you succeed at the mission, but ultimately you die. So this is the story, right? There's this cathedral in Westlake. And there is a priest there who has ancient tomes and texts from the old empire, and he's using his religious influence to try and get some of his zealots to kidnap people and bring them to him. And he's performing rites where he's ritually sacrificing them and drinking their blood and trying to gain power. And so your sniper will figure this out and stop him and bring back that chalice that you guys got him in the first place. But in the process, you'll die. So what does that look like? He's basically a vampire. That's kind of the vibe, right? He's got speed and he drinks blood to enhance himself. What does that look like? What does your end as a sniper look like?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
I thought Goat was explaining it. I apologize.
Yeah, you get you get to narrate your ending because this is your specialist. I want to hear how you sacrifice yourself for this.
I think she's just driven by the fact that she wanted to go on this mission, and she was asking the spy about all that information on the woman who was apparently spotted and still alive.
Yep.
And it distracted her from the mission.
Okay. So
And she wasn't on. She maybe was taking a long shot, and she was setting something up like she normally does every other time. Never has a problem, and she let someone get behind her, and they just took a clean shot.
All right.
Back to the head.
Supernatural vampire will sneak up behind you if you're taking too long. That's
Right.
true.
But you did end them.
But you
right?
succeed,
you
though.
succeeded the
Yeah.
mission. You just die in the process.
Yeah, she's just usually more cautious than that.
All right. Cool. So you take out the main source of the problems, but you don't end everyone and somebody snuck up on you and took you out in return. All right, rad. So 2 mission success. So let's look at mission penalties real quick.
We didn't have a second mission, I didn't think, did we?
Third mission.
A third mission, sorry.
So there is a
that's what I meant.
third mission, which is
Yeah, we did.
Caravan of Medicine from Carlsberg.
Oh, yes. Okay, I remember now.
So you take a penalty of -1 supply. You always take penalties first. So you take -1 supply, and you said you're at 0 supply, Kelsa?
That's correct.
So you're going to lose a morale instead. So your morale goes down to 9.
Okay.
And then you get your rewards. So you get your 1 medic, 1 heavy, which I already put into your ranks. And then you get 2 morale, 2 supply, and 1 religious supplies.
And with the way,
So we're back up to 10 morale. We can't use the other morale.
well, we would lose the morale for
it's
the death of.
Yes.
When do we calculate that?
Whenever the person dies, that's calculated as part of the penalties. So theoretically, you would have lost 2 morale and then gained 2 morale.
We would, exactly. We'd have gone from 10 to 8 to 10 again.
Right. So
Okay, but then
lost 2 morale, gained 2 morale, but then we just lost 1 morale. So we're down to 9. That's a final answer. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, because of the you are
Supply.
correct. 2 morale because of the deaths and the supply.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you. Perfect.
9 morale's fine.
No,
9
morale's fine.
okay.
All right. So then 2 supply and 1 religious supply. Quartermaster, you've noted.
Yes.
All right. Let's roleplay a quick back at camp scene. So, hilariously, you folks haven't been at high morale for a while. So, I want to say that you guys burn your dead and mourn them. So, this is how I'd like to frame the scene. Farah, would you be leading the like last rites essentially for Red Flying Lotus?
I think she would be sitting with that knife, just spinning it in her hand, probably watching.
Okay, cool. Who is leading the rites then?
She's Ginga, right?
This is a scene where you burn and grieve for your dead, right? So like the Legion has lost a couple of troops.
Oh, I know.
Go ahead.
It's our commander himself.
Okay.
Green Glowing Thunder. Yeah, I think he did this before actually.
I'm
Spaniard?
okay doing that. Yeah.
So cool. So Kelsa, since you used to play the medic a lot, would you be Green Glowing Thunder for us?
Sure.
I'm the commander though.
Do you want to be the? Take it.
It's confusing. It's okay. You can do it.
It's
okay. I actually don't care. I just thought it was more.
I'd like
it's
everyone
fine.
to play a character and say one thing that they remember about the Fallen.
Sure.
So the Fallen can be Great Fading Wake, who is the sniper, or the Fallen can be Red Flying Lotus, who was the rookie.
I think that when Green Glowing Thunder gets up there, actually, he's going to talk about Great Fading Wake first, because we got this doctor on that mission. Like, we saved him when his arm was going to fall off. Like, she was there. That was also the mission where she killed the lieutenant.
Yes.
That was all the same thing. And so he's recalling she was a driven woman who saved my life when I thought everything was lost. Made sure that we got out of there alive. The city crawling with undead. And took out a great threat to all of us. at cost to herself. She will be sorely missed among our ranks.
Cool. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I feel like Goat would probably have a few words for Gray Fading Wake. About how there's a lot of shit about orders and following them. But I feel like rather than spending this time to like talk ill of the dead, I think Goat's gonna admire their qualities and their shots, talk about their times on the bridge they're living in the very first session. Fuck, I can't put. Yeah, they're an OG, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've really only had OG specialists.
Yeah.
But and yeah, so like I know, so Goat probably says something like, you know, like I know I can be really hard and stuff, and well, Gray Fading Wakes to earn the right to talk back to me.
I know this is emotional, but we're having a wake for a character named Gray Fading Wake. Anyways,
Thank you.
Yeah, you're all welcome for that. I think Ram will go up and like probably says something brief about Gray Fading Wake, but I don't want to focus on that one actually. I think she like probably has a drink up there with her. She's like probably a little drunk, I think, because it's a funeral, right? Like someone has to be a little drunk. And I think she talks about like, I don't think it's an on-camera scene. I think it was like one time, like on some mission that like was like a week long, and her and Red Flying Lotus just like sat around a campfire and just like kind of like snuck some of the like rations or something or some like mead that was snuck like on the mission or something, back when maybe when Ram was a little greener and a little nicer, and like I think Ram like chokes up for a second, like kind of recalling being like in that vulnerable state with someone for a little bit, and yeah, she goes and sits back down.
Farah, you got words for either of the fallen?
I think Farah's just carving names. Like she would have like a piece of like maybe one of the tables in the back or something that they just put up so people can like sit around or whatever. When all the rookies, you know, when people come back and they're like eating or whatever. So like the mess like hall, but like where they sit outside, she's just carving names of the fallen, all her friends, all the people, like all the specialists she looked up to and everything, and she's just doing her own kind of thing. And she's doing it with the knife.
Farah's becoming the lore keeper, I say.
Soldiers live and wonder why. All right, cool. So theoretically, we should jump into downtime scenes and campaign actions and spy master actions and everything else. But I think that's actually a really good note to end on.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So like maybe we'll just call it here and pick it up next time with some campaign actions and spy master actions in the next set of missions.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do some outros. And I'm gonna go in more or less the same order I did last time. So starting with Strauss, I understand that you write role-playing games, and maybe you want to talk about them in some way.
So just really quick, obviously you can find me on Twitter at StrashA, and if you think this game is cool, it'll probably be available to Blaze backers and for purchase sometime next week. So that's a thing. It's coming.
I'm
I'm done.
excited.
That's my outro.
Awesome. That was a beautiful outro. Let's keep going in a diagonal line. Alice, how about you? What do you do? Where can people find you?
Strosh also writes SNV, and you should also buy that. Anyways,
I mean, yes, he also writes SMV.
Anyways,
it's really good.
So yeah, I'm Alice, also known as Tafcat. You can find me on Twitter at Tafcat_. I'm writing games and stuff. I just finished writing a 200 word RPG for that contest I mentioned. It's called Summer Camp. It's about a bunch of kids that sneak out in the middle of the night to tell ghost stories, and one of the ghost stories ends up being real, and a bunch of them die. Anyways, that's that. It's interesting. I really like it actually. If you're interested in like short RPGs that are very freeform, go check that out. I'll post it in the thing later. I'm also writing a game called Kiss Before the World Ends, which is a game about like forming and maintaining relationships while the world ends around you, and like a lot of self-care and dealing with the inevitable and stuff like that. So yeah, that's another thing I'm working on. I'm doing a playtest like the 7th of June, and so like yeah, updates for that probably afterwards. But yeah,
Nice.
I'm that's about it for me.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. I really like this game.
Thanks, Alice. All right, and then to my this way, Ginge, tell us about yourself and where people can find your beautiful face.
I am Xwiz Ginger Ninja. I play a lot of video games. I play on other people's channels. I had a lot of fun tonight. I know, Strach, we didn't really get to fight as much tonight. I know there was a little bit towards the end, but the gore is just, when it is there, is just on point.
Thank you.
All I got.
Awesome. All right, and Eric.
Hey everybody, Eric Vulgaris. Great game as always. Sorry I'm so bad at dice.
A+ outro.
It's not your fault.
Thanks again, everybody, for coming out. I really love this game and enjoy sharing it with you all. So I hope to see you again next time. I'm Kelsa. This is my channel. You can find me on Twitter at Kelsa, Twitch and YouTube, Kelsa Delphi. So thanks again, everyone, and have a great night.